Hello there, Cancer. What's going on in that big old heart of yours and that big old brain of yours? I'm just teasing. Thanks for joining me for this general September reading for the sign of Cancer. We're looking to tarot for healing messages as always when you join me here at this little YouTube channel. We're going to be switching up the format a little bit, Cancer, and we're going to be breaking the video up into two separate readings. The first reading is just going to be a mundane, very general reading that just kind of looks at the immediate things going on around you. These are the ones that's just kind of like the nitty-gritty of tarot. Like, you can see it in your daily lives, and it's like you could go to any other tarot channel to get this information, because with just a basic understanding of the cards, you would be able to pull a reading from it if you knew what each card sort of meant in that situation. Okay, so Cancer, these cards I'm taking flippers and poppers as they're coming out, as you can see, right? It's like kind of switching things up and going into a Celtic cross. Now, the second part of the video is going to be a reading for more enlightened, awakened, higher frequencies, sort of looking into people that are into an ascension process or things like that. They've got those deeper understandings and those awakening things that have gone on so far in their life. They're aware of the more intangible, esoteric things going on around them. And the second part of the reading is going to be for that person, for those people, sorry, so to speak. Okay, then we're going to be taking some oracle messages as well, which reminds me to let you guys know that if you were born on a cusp or near a cusp to this sign or to any sign, do check out the cusp series readings. There's going to be more messages for those that are born in a cusp. We're going to be taking the oracle messages, and then we're going to be pulling a few more tarot cards just for some better, wiser choices, some best path to follow cards, and some more outcomes. Okay, I saw that one. It came up. Look at that. Let's start at the back here, because the way these come up, like I'm always breaking the rules of tarot. Like, I don't follow any set regulation of the way things have to be or how cards have to come up. I let tarot do the walking and the talking. I'm just there to bring it forward. I'm going to go with the last card that came out first, because it is the last card that is first in the tarot deck, or the first card that is always last in the tarot deck. And that is the Fool. It'll be interesting to see if the World pops up somewhere here for you guys. So this is like, to me, speaks of innocence right now here. Not so much the naivety, but this is like liberation through innocence. This is like you guys feeling very much like you could start things in a new direction, or you could revisit something that you know has been there for you for a long time. Almost the feeling is that if nothing were to change, you will have this great opportunity to embark on something brand new and totally new. We're just going to leave it at that. I'll touch upon that again when we get back, kind of like to climax the reading, so to speak. As the querent, the overall card, the set intention, you guys have pulled another major here in number 5, the Hierophant, saying that September could be a time here where it's like you guys are looking to have faith in something, faith in somebody. You're looking to renew your hope in a situation, I feel, with this, okay? As well, some of you straight up could be wondering if you're getting engaged, getting married, or you could have just recently got a proposal and you're kind of maybe have been given a little bit of time to respond to that. So the Hierophant in its traditional meaning says there's a lot of things going on, and like sort of putting a lot of faith into something or someone at this time. And it could be in regards to exchanging vows in a marriage, and as well this could come to like being ready to embark upon a journey for higher education, a higher understanding. For some of you younger viewers, there could be some nerves coming up when the sun goes into Virgo, and it's like maybe your freshman year of university, or maybe some of you are like in a senior year of university and you're just kind of like hoping for the best, hoping that all goes well, hoping that you'll be able to sort of stay on course, stay on track. You're not wanting to fall into any old bad habits at this time of year. It could simply mean that for some of you, okay? Let's see what the challenge is, or what's crossing you. 4 wands. Yeah, younger college students, it's like you're going to be coming back and seeing, friends again, like returning back from summer. So for some of you, it's a very direct message of being studious versus wanting to party too much, wanting to just celebrate the moment, and already like, live in that moment in space and time where it's like, I'll do my homework tomorrow, or you know what, I'll go to class next week, that kind of thing. So watch out for that September, especially if you're kind of thinking, well, maybe your courses are a little bit easy, or if your course load is a little bit too tough, you might be just kind of in a situation where you want to make sure you're remaining diligent, regimented, and studious at this time, okay? And as well, there could be some of you that are worried about social structures at this time, acceptance, being invited to a party, being out. And again, look at this wedding, challenging. Something here is like there's a proposal, but there's questions if the wedding is happening. Because when I look at that, we've got celebration, we've got the card of marriage, and then up above, we've got what's crowning this reading is there's worry of, somebody's intentions, or worry about a heartache that could come. The Three of Swords is the card of like anguish, or like having things not come out the way you wanted to in your own mind. Like if you had a set expectation where the power rested in somebody else's hands to be faithful or monogamous to you, and it's like it can be overwhelming at times. So some of you are definitely questioning that, and it could be involving in a marriage type situation or an engagement that could be falling apart for somebody, or could have fallen apart. Or you could just be overthinking about it, because what you're bringing into from the past is the Ten of Swords. So you could just be overthinking it. You could be like, maybe too presumptuous, or making assumptions of the fact, or you're too much in your head about, this relationship or this partnership, where it's like, can you just let it be? Can you just allow it? Or is there a constant gnawing or nagging of it? You have to know, like, this aspect, where are they today? Why haven't they texted me? Why won't they return my text? Why didn't they say they were going to be where they were going to be, sort of thing. So the Ten of Swords is just kind of like you guys have reached a spot where it's like you're ready to kick something out here, or you're ready to move forward and new on something. For some of you, straight up, this is like you ditching, like runaway bride, like ditching on an engagement and then like coming out in an outcome where it's like things are brand new. But something's got you feeling stressed out, and it's all upstairs in your head. You're overthinking something here, okay? Seven of Swords reverse. It's almost like you're thinking somebody has betrayed you, but you don't have any proof of it. You don't have any direct knowledge. You're just kind of thinking, well, it's like, maybe you're sabotaging, you're screwing up something great because you're overthinking something, and you're or vice versa, right? Somebody is doing that where it's like they're constantly questioning or grilling you as to where you've been, why you haven't been a certain way, and it's like you may just end up being sick of it, right? Or that sort of things. So with the Seven of Swords reverse, if you think somebody's going on behind your back, you really want to confront that issue. You don't just want to go on assumption or presumption that it's happening without any proof, okay? Because that could end you up in a deeper hole, in a deeper ditch, all right? And in the near future, look, card 13, Death, transformation. Something is going to change huge based in your relationships, in your emotions this September, Cancer. So there's going to be some sort of change or transformation or realization that you're making in regards to where you're putting your mental energies and your loving energies at this time, okay? It's like this card is like kicking out old thought processes, old thought cycles. It's like if you want to never believe that it's good enough to be true, or you are kind of the type where it's like you end up kind of self-sabotaging a lot of times, this is a time for a lot of you where it's like this is going to be the last time, or you're going to remember the last time that you did this to yourself, and effectively stop yourself and make an effective change so that you can break out of these longer mental cycles, okay? This is a big energy that you're coming into. So look forward, that transformation, and it's going to come towards the end of September, I feel. Once you notice autumn or fall really beginning to set in, that's where it's like you're going to define for yourself where it is you want to be with yourself, so that your relationships around you can move a lot smoother, or so that you're not second guessing everything. All right, in your environment, you've got a Strength card reversed. All right, for a lot of you, this is going to take a bit of effort. This is going to take a bit of just like inner strength. To say, okay, I'm going to be confident that nothing's going on behind my back. I'm not going to care. And even if it is, it's like if you're not in a position of knowing it, well, why worry the heck out of yourself about it? You kind of have to go about it well. If you're assuming it, or if you're kind of under the under the premonition, if your intuition is saying that it's happening, well, you have to address it. You have to have the strength, because what's going on around you is like people could be acting weak in keeping cigarettes, or you could be acting weak in not wanting to confront something where it's like your intuition is telling you that it's happened, or that you are presuming that it's happened, okay? So we got to get strong, whether it's with other people or with ourselves. We have to get strong, right? Okay, that sort of situation. All right. Best path to follow here. Two of Wands reverse. Okay, making things happen. Not leaving this up to other people. The decisions that affect you have to come from you. They can't always have to come from other people. So if you're waiting on an engagement, thinking maybe it's not going to come, it's never going to come, that sort of thing, come on, like it's 2017. You make the decision to say, all right, are we getting married? Are we doing this? Are we together? Are we mutually exclusive? What is it? I need to know. I want to know, and I got to put it forward. We got to put it out there. Because right now, people are holding back around Cancer. Cancer is holding back, or people are holding back around Cancer, okay? Now, hopes and fears, Ace of Cups. Yeah, worried that, this love, this emotional sharing is going to run out. Like when your cup is, there's always this worry sometimes when you feel like your cup is running over, that, okay, well, now the blessings have to stop, because when your cup runs over, it's like usually things are bound to change. With this Ace of Cups reversed, the hope and the fear in this sort of situation is that you can maintain, that you can hold on, that you can be assertive enough to get the outcome that you want, and you're not going to have to lose out on certain situations. Some of you, it's like somebody is like just walking out the door in a situation. They've had enough. They can't deal with it, and they just want out, but they're holding back, okay? But when this does happen, if we don't do anything like for this major change, this big change is going to happen, and it's going to have a liberating energy behind it. It's going to have the Fool energy behind it, where it's like, now you're free to do it. You're free to put somebody new in your heart. You're free to maybe go back and realize someone that's been there for you for a long time, and like has been like thinking about you, sort of thing. The direction, like the options are very open for you, and you have a way that you've decided, but you've kind of like kept it as an option, I feel. Okay? All right. Cancer, that's what is up. We didn't look at the bottom of the deck for the overall energy. It's a Five of Cups, okay? That's my bad, because normally we flip that over and see what's going on in the undercurrent or the deeper subconscious. So remembering where your blessings are. It's funny because we read that card first, and normally it's this one that comes up before this Aquarian card. So this one here is like, you're maybe not seeing someone who really is there for you and is really caring for you. You may be too focused on a relationship that's not going so well, yet there's somebody that could just be like crushing on you or supporting you or just like putting loving energy towards you that you're not looking at present time, okay? That's the feeling I got. Okay, away with the mundane. Let's get into my favorite part. Let's get into the oracle messages. Let's get into the chakra reading. Let's get into looking at the finer things that make us all so one step closer to, creating our own universe, manifesting our own miracles in our own galaxies. Okay, the wisdom oracle is message in a bottle, okay? Somebody could be drinking too much. There is as well, somebody is in a situation here where they're waiting to hear. So people, like I felt, is holding back from Cancer. Look at all this water. So there's a message that's protected because they feel that when the message gets out, it's going to be a flood or a ton of emotion behind it, coming from a reaction or coming from them. So it's like you're bottling things up, or somebody around you is bottling it in. They're keeping it in because they don't want to address the emotional power that's behind whatever that message is. So the wisdom is just be in recognition of that. Be in recognition that there's like an elephant in the room or a message that's going to come out or needs to get out, but there's a ton of emotion behind it. So, maybe stock the freezer up with Rocky Road, or just get ready for it and say to yourself, okay, it's not going to be so huge that it's going to derail me or derail my life, but we need to get it out. If we're feeling stuck, we need to have this emotional release. We need to open the floodgates, sort of thing. It's like, when Gargamel would threaten to blow up the dam and all the Smurfs would go running for cover because oh my goodness, it's like there's so much okay, anyways, bad analogies aside, we've got your direction card up. And you guys have got Talisman and Moonlight. What an interesting combo that you guys got two on this. This is really telling you to follow your heart and follow your intuition and be ready for change, okay? When the talisman or when the compass changes its direction and when the moon starts to change its phase, these are like heavier metaphors to be like saying, all right, you kind of have to keep your head on a swivel. You have to keep your options open. If you become too closed off or too narrow in thinking that, all of your emotional cards, all of your emotional stability and well-being is placed on, horse number 7 in the race, well, you know what? Horse number 5 might be way more beautiful, but you just can't see it from where you're sitting right now. Okay, and another bad analogy, but what these cards are really saying is you gotta follow your heart, you gotta follow your intuition, and be in a spiritual place where it's like realize the permanence of the moonlight, realize the permanence of yourself, and that when it comes to the loving energies and the deep power emotional that you are capable of, Cancer, that comes from you and exists in you, so you might as well have power over it and not somebody else, okay? So that's good. Let's look now at our chakra centers to see what's going on for September in this month for you guys. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty awesome. I'll divulge a little secret. Like, 2 of the women that I've loved the most in my life, they have both been Cancers. It's like looking at my own silly pace in life, where I've been, man, if I was the type of person to hold on regret, the Cancers that have come and gone in my life are so beautiful, and I wish that I could still have said was still a part of their journey and vice versa, or sharing a journey with them, because there's such a deep emotional beauty there, and there's such an ability. They both related very well to me. They both understood me very well, and I'm not an easy person to understand, which is why so if you're cross-watching for Cancer, just remember this about them. Is a feeling, a message. I don't know why that came out, but that's just a feeling or a message that I wanted to get out. Let's see what's in the grounding for Cancer. So direct action, okay? You guys are going to be very direct in what you're doing, where you're going. Like, you're walking with authority here. You're moving about your business day or your journey at this time with sort of clear intentions and firm affirmative direction, right? This is impactful type stuff. You're keen, your awareness is keen, but it's almost like you're in a little bit of hiding right now. So what I have for this is to sort of make your mark. If you're moving forward with that much attention and authority, it's kind of like you don't want to hide the intention behind why you're moving with such momentum. It's kind of like you could be moving so quickly that other people around you are second guessing at this time, okay? And to see this up in root chakra, it's kind of like people will be affected by you on a daily level, and you'll be able to see it as well. So there's going to be a keen sense to sort of maybe be somewhat calm, manage your words as best you can. But yet, this energy is working for you because this is direct action. Look how focused this person is on a pinpoint target. So whatever you've got going on here, it's like your aim is going to be true, and you are moving towards it. You're not going to settle for anything less than perfect at this time in what I feel like. So that's kind of like the walking kind of stuff that we just talked about. You want to resolve here. You want to settle this, and I have a feeling that you're going to speak up. This sort of thing is not going to last for too much longer. You're kind of taking aim at this bottle or this house of glass, and you're ready to shatter it so that it all comes crashing down. I know it's very kind of poetic and metaphorical, but it's an effective message here for somebody, okay? Now, what we've got going on here, we've got a 7 of air going on in reverse, and we saw that in the mundane reading, sort of in the foundation. This is coming up in your sacral, your creative center here. So there could be situations where it's ideas might have been taken from you. Intellectual property might be at risk. You want to make sure that you are letting the right information out. You're in hiding about something, Cancer, and it's for good. You're kind of seeing is that it's for good reason. There might be some issues of trust surrounding ideas and intellectual property at this time, and you might just not want to give your position away about how you're feeling in regards to a project or a movement at present time. You may as well be you might be involved with maybe a social circle or a spiritual circle where it's like messages are coming through, but you're not feeling it, you're not jiving with it, and you're like, well, this is a good group. They're promoting health, they're promoting spirit, they're promoting good things, but lately it's like, wow, somebody's off on a weird tangent, or somebody's trying to make me believe something that just doesn't jive with me. Make sure that you're staying guarded against those kind of things and taking in what's right for you, sort of thing. Okay, that's a very strong message for somebody. Okay. Wow, now we have a 7 of fire that is reversed here. And this is kind of an interesting card here to see, because this is somebody who is like kind of finding that balance versus defensiveness and openness. And it's kind of capstone what we've seen already in this reading. So what's up in your solar plexus is like you've got to really follow your intuition and use your willpower when it comes to sort of like saying, all right, I'm going to be open, to this group or to this person or during this time slot in my schedule in my day because I want to take it all in. And then all of a sudden, boom, maybe you're back at work, or maybe you're back like on the bus or in a different social circle. And it's like all of a sudden you have to be like reserved. And it's like, I can't speak my mind. I can't speak my truth like I just did an hour ago. Otherwise, there's risk of like being judged or, being ousted or too much truth coming out from you. That sort of balance is what I feel is going on for you. And it's like, you never really want to tell somebody like don't speak your truth, but there are certain times like when we have to deal with the 3D bullshit going on all around us. It's like sometimes we're better off just like saying, okay, wow, you guys are pretty whack, but I'm not going to say anything right now because being at peace is better than like showing you guys, how silly you're being right now. Okay? All right. Now we've got more fire up. Now we've got 8 of fire up here. And this is good. This card is reversed as well. So what's up in your heart, it's like right now what I'm feeling is like home is where the heart is. There's self-love that's going on with you guys, and that's very good. That's really awesome because it's coming in the security from your foundations, from your root. It's like you are sort of like in a hiding and a protective mode right now, and that's okay, Cancer. And as you move in through the fall, it's almost like it's going to work for you because you're running parallel to the season where it's like people are getting ready, for harvest time and getting ready for winter to come in. Autumn and fall is a beautiful time to like appreciate the beauty around you, but at the same time, gathering your resource together, practicing practices of self-love like in your sanctuary so that, if you are in an environment or situation where it's like it's tough to get about when the days are shorter and everybody's so super busy, you're okay with that. You're okay with a bit of solitude. You're okay with just being able to like enjoy the time that you've been given. All right. That's a strong message. We're just going to get a quick clarifier for what's up in the heart. It's like why, like it's like you guys are hiding, but it's like it's filled with good intention. It's like you're doing it with purpose to like bring yourself back to a place of like kind of self-loving, which is really good. So if you've kind of like been dealing with a broken heart in the like maybe through a summer fling or a situation where you dated somebody for a couple weeks or a couple months, wow, we got more fire up here. This is really good, and your heart is on fire. It's kind of like, like why do they do that? And like it's like it's going to be easier for you as time goes on to let go of like any bitterness. You guys are just like releasing it. You're dealing with your emotions very effectively and very permanently. It's kind of like once you're done with the Cancer, it's like hopefully they don't come back crawling on their hands and knees begging you to take them back because you're having none of it is the feeling that I get from this. Okay, wow. Now up in communication, we've got a King of Earth card here, and this is reversed. So somebody is still, again, I feel like maybe keeping some secrets from you at this time, or you yourself are keeping secrets. There is no opening. Everything is like being held back. So my advice to you this month is don't try and fight it. Just allow people to be secretive. And if you know what, if they come forward and they're trying to draw information out of you, but they're not very forthcoming, maybe you're dealing like in business and negotiations, and so don't break, don't even bend on situations. Take this decisive, this effort with you and be like, nope, sorry, if you want more, you're going to have to give more. And that's the way it is, right? This level of openness. I'm interested to see, I almost want to do like your October, November reading right now, Cancer, because it's like when all these like energies are just kind of like tunneling, right? And it's like we find like it's tough to be open in certain situations. or there's secrets being kept. It's like, wow, how far does it go before this bottle breaks, and the goodness or whatever was meant or being transported here, whatever message is supposed to come as a result of it, is now drowned or is now lost because there's so much emotion. Okay, it's almost like some of you have been through this. You've gone through a huge heartache and emotional release, and now it's like you maybe not indicating to other people around you how much you've gone through or how much you maybe had to suffer through it. And for other cancers, I feel it's like this is kind of, you're on the edge of this having this discussion of like the potential of something going awry. Now, for those of you that are in happy relationships, I don't want you to get you guys like untrusting or presumptuous. That's not my intention here. These messages are always for those that have gone through or are going through the tougher times. If you are in a happy, very happy relationship, what I want to say is like, maybe we need to do our best to create activity with you and your partner so that we don't run the risk of like kind of like back to back, like facing away from each other, or only watching the movie, you're not even really talking. Let's promote healthy, like almost like borderline tantric stuff to keep the energy, the chi moving between you, sort of thing. Okay, all right. Now, wow. Up in the third eye, you guys have pulled the card Destiny. So this is an interesting card to see here. This is something that your spirit is telling you, like, be in the moment, be okay with where you are right here and now. And in 60 minutes time, be okay with where you are in that moment right there and now. It's try not to always be longing for a better tomorrow or wishing that yesterday was better. This card is saying that all you have is the present moment. All you have is right now. Very Eckhart Tolle type energy or information where it's like all becomes clear when we take a moment to turn off all the noise and realize the space in between the things and in between the thoughts, in the gap. That's where we can get in and our healthier meditations are being done. And once that's happening, everything that you're grounding, all the direct things that you're doing are going to lead to greater prosperity or greater prominence or whatever it is that you're searching towards. Okay, 2 cards up here in the crown chakra, or messages from source. So we've got the essential. Yeah, I'm terrible at reading. But this is traditionally like a lawyer or an advocate or a negotiator of some type. And I felt negotiations earlier. Some of you could have been like in a breakup. Maybe you are dealing with certain things with child support, because we've got the card with the youth here. So it's like you're going to have to be very careful that if you're in negotiations or law situations regarding children as a result of perhaps a marriage breaking down or divorce going on, or maybe there's a situation where you were common law and broken up. It's like you want to be fair, but it's like it's almost like extra counsel is going to be needed. And as well, a youth around you at present time could feel that they're like not being heard, not being seen, and there's risk of some certain rebellion around that, for whatever that means. Okay, that was a lot of messages to come through for Cancer. You guys, I love you all so much. I hope you're able to glean a little bit from this reading. As always, know that I love you a ton, and we'll see you next time.